first of all, introduce yourself.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Zahid Kamal. I am from Maunad Bhanjan, and I have recently completed my PhD and awarded in September 2003
Oh,
in
wow,
geography.
great.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
Okay. Anything more you want to share?
Uh, I have conducted field survey for my PhD. So my PhD is basically based on primary survey. So that is in geography field. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So do you have any work experience, like
I
under
have
any
to.
company?
Yes, ma'am. I have written contents for YouTube channel Exam Race.
Okay.
I have prepared to the content for UGC NET JRF. The
Wow.
children, yes, ma'am, the children who are preparing for NET JRF, I was writing the content for mind split solution company. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That means you have a great background. Very nice. So after having, such a bright background from, and you have done PhD also, why do you
Yes,
want
yes,
to
ma'am.
join Visit?
Ma'am, actually, I want to work in education field. So
Okay.
currently, I have recently completed my PhD. So I'm looking for any job which is related to geography and in education field. So that's why I have applied for subject matter expert because I have my background with geography. I find it useful for my related subject. So I have applied in this.
Yeah, I understand, but you could easily apply in some colleges for the same subject, like any government college or something around you, because you have done PhD.
Yes, ma'am. I know that I can apply for government college, but Physics Wallah is a biggest institution right now in the country in edtech field. So I see my my growth in this company. So I applied. Further, I can go for like teaching and teaching the student for UGC preparation and going in research field. So I can also go in this particular company. If I go to college, then there is less growth. I see less growth in the colleges as compared to this company. So I find myself at great future in this company. So I have applied in this company.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Zahid, as you mentioned that you are looking for your career growth, right? So there
Yes.
are other ethics also in the market. So you could have applied there as well. Why physics wala only?
Yes, ma'am, because as the company is founded with a great vision to provide cheap and affordable education to the people and to the children of India who are living in particularly in villages. I have also seen alakh sir's interview in which he was saying that my vision is to reach every kid who cannot afford who cannot pay huge fees to the companies, and Physics Wallah has that vision. So I also want to contribute in that vision in this particular with
Okay.
this particular company. So I'm looking for.
So basically, you want to join physics wala for this special cause, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's so nice of you. So, tell me something about physics wala. Like,
Uh,
who was the founder? Who is the founder, and when it was founded?
yes, ma'am.
Any extra information which you have?
It was started by Alakh Pandey sir. He was teaching on YouTube. He started teaching on YouTube in 2014, and then he founded the company. I think in 2018 or 19, and it is the 101 unicorn company of India. So from there he became very famous and popular, and now he is the face of like Physics Wala, and it have become a great brand in India and a tech company. So yes.
That's good to know about physics wala from you. So, can you tell me how important is education for you?
Ma'am, education is like backbone of not only individual but for every country. So if the children and the people get education, they can get some skills to contribute in their particular field and certainly in the country. And for me, it is a great tool to improve my life because when I get education, so I see myself at another place because as compared to my other friends, they are doing some other work. I'm not saying that those works are not good, but when I get education, then I see myself at some other level in making decisions, in guiding others. Recently, like I have guided various students who had qualified NET JRF examination. So I see that yes, I have contributed to others' life also. So this is the power of education I see and look forward.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that's great. That's great. Can you tell me your class 10 and 12 percentages?
Yes, ma'am. My class 10 percentage was 56%, and my class 12th was 76%.
Okay, great. So if we hire you, are you ready to sign a bond for 2 years?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, because as I told that I want to work in this particular field, and if I get a chance with physics wala, then it is a great opportunity for me to work for not 2 years, but I look forward for many years to contribute with the company
Great,
and in the education field.
great. So what do you know about subject matter expert, this particular job profile that you have applied for?
Yes, ma'am. The subject matter expert is responsible for making contents and to provide the teacher who is teaching to the students. He is also responsible for the content which are delivered to the student for further studies and to prepare some questions for practice like mock test and other written materials. He can also work with other subject matter expert to develop the contents which are delivered to the students.
Okay. So you know brief about your job role. That's great. So now, Zaid, I'm going to ask you questions as per your subject, which is geography. So are you ready for that?
Okay, ma'am. I have actually, I was doing my research, so I have left the subject since long. So I was going through revision. Let's attempt.
It's okay.
Let's see
It's
how
completely
I
fine.
can
I'm
do.
not here to judge you. I'm here to assist you. So I'm
Yes,
going
yes.
to ask you a few questions. Whatever knowledge you have, you can tell me. And then rest, I'll tell you what to do next. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell me what are decomposers in a temperate deciduous forest?
Uh, Ma'am, the leaves and the material which are broken from the trees and fall down on the earth, they got decomposed because of various processes, and a layer is formed on the upper soil, and they got decomposed and mixed with the soil. That are the decomposed materials, which are called decomposed material, which provide the nutrients to the trees and other grasses which are found in that particular forest and areas.
Okay. Okay, fine. So my next question to you is, what was the German immigration route to America?
Sorry, ma'am, I don't have an idea. I have to study about it.
It's okay. What are afforestation and deforestation in simple language?
Ma'am, deforestation is clearing the forest for various purposes like agriculture and industrialization, and afforestation is a plantation of the trees at that particular area where there was a forest. So that is called afforestation.
Okay. So what are the solutions to deforestation? What can be done in order to reduce deforestation as per you? Tell me
Ma'am,
three.
to provide the solution, we have to look what are the reasons for deforestation. First of all, the zooming cultivation, which are practices and known as various names in various parts of the country. The agriculturals clear the land and they sow the various kind of crops. So we have to provide them a permanent settlement so they can get a land for their various kind of crops. And also we have to look that we make some laws to establish the industries away from the forest areas. Also the urbanization is heavily responsible for the deforestation, so we have to plan that the urbanization and the development activities should not harm the forest. Recently, like Maharashtra, for Vande Bharat and the bullet train, they have cleared various huge areas of forest. So this should not be done, and the other solutions can be found for this to save the forest areas.
Fine. Can you tell me what is the distance of the equator?
Ma'am, I cannot recall. Actually, its distance should be the circumference of the whole Earth. What is the circumference of the Earth is the distance of the equator, but I can't recall right now the total length of the circumference. So,
Okay, fine, no issue. So now, Zaid, I want you to give a short demo on any of the topic, from geography, which you are comfortable in,
okay,
for
ma'am.
some time, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, we see the continents in the world. They are situated in various places and various regions of the earth. Like some are found in cold areas, some are on equator, and some are in south of the earth. The explanation for this was provided by Alfred Wegener, who was a German climatologist who gave the theory of continental drift. He was actually searching for the climate change, why climate change is happened in the world. So he gave the continental drift theory, and he said that the whole world and the continents were one single landmass, which was situated at the south pole. And with the time, these got broken and divided into two. One is a Pangea and another is Panthalassa, and between them there was a sea called Tethys Sea. And he said that with various forces like equator force and buoyancy force, these land masses were broken, and with Angara land, the North America, the European continent, and the Eurasian continents were found because they were broken. And with Gondwana land, the South Africa and India and Australia were found. He gave various evidences for this. Say, for example, on the eastern of Africa, the uh, various fossil fuels are found, and on the western part of India, various fossil fuels are found which have similarities. In the same way, the fossils which are found on African western side and South American eastern side, those are the same. He also gave the examples of like various kind of animals. Like the lion is found only in India in Gujarat and also found in Africa. He also said, so he proved that this is an evidence that the India was attached with the Africa, and the South America was attached with the African western side. He also said that if you see the Greenland and the North American and Canadian coastal areas, then they have some similarities and they have similar fossils and other components. He also said that the dinosaurs were cold-blooded, but their fossils are found in the southern areas and the northern areas of the earth, like in Siberia. So he said that they were cold-blooded, then they must have situated at equator or Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. But the fossils are also found in Siberia. This means that at that time these areas were located either between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. He also said that if you fit the Australian continent in the south of India, then it will fit into these. He also gave the concept of island, like the island which are situated away from the continents. These are broken land masses of these continents because of the movement of this continent. And also he also said that the Himalayas and the other mountains which we see are the result of these moving land masses, because the earth is situated on various plates. When the denser plate move at the lighter plate, the denser plate subduct into the lighter plate and resulted in formation of the folded mountains like Rockies, Andes and Himalayas. So he gave these are the evidences for this continental drift theory, and it is now established by plate tectonics theory also supported by this theory.
Okay, fine. So Zaid, just now you explained me this. So I'm going to quickly ask you few questions related to this topic only. Okay. Can you tell me what is an island?
Uh, Ma'am, island is a small piece of land which are surrounded by the water. Uh, uh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
As
What
compared to the other land masses, it is a small piece of land.
what are continents?
Continents are the bigger land masses which are surrounded by land, which are surrounded by water, and these land masses are very huge to support various culture, countries, and population. And they have different. They may be different kind of weather condition and a huge area.
What is topic of Capricorn and Cancer?
Ma'am,
You can, you can, yeah,
Tropic
yeah, tell
of
me. Go ahead.
Cancer is situated at 23.5 degree north latitude, and Tropic of Capricorn is situated at the 23.5 degree south latitude. These have been marked as because our sun travel between these two lines. It made 90-degree angle between these two lines within whole year. Say for example, it is at 90-degree at 21st December, and on the 21st March it made 90-degree angle on Tropic of Cancer. So for the to determine the weather conditions, we have marked these lines as Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn.
Okay, fine. So Zaid, I want to know how do you manage your time throughout the day? Like if you're
Ma'am,
selected over here, if you're
yes, yes,
selected
ma'am.
over here, do you have any other priorities also which you need to fulfill?
Uh, Ma'am, I have my family, so yes, ma'am. I wake up at 6 in the morning. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, um, after completing my small work, I start my studies at 8 a.m. and I sit for like 12, and then I take a 2 hour break, and from 2 to 6 then again I study. Currently I am preparing some MCQs which have asked by UGC in NET JRF examination. Currently I am preparing the contents to provide
Okay.
some MCQs to the students. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so will you be able to manage the work and your personal work both together?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Because I'm currently working on some materials, some educational materials. So I'm very much. Uh,
Okay, okay, fine. So if you're selected, are you ready to relocate?
yes, ma'am. Because currently I'm in Aligarh, so we have very short distance from Aligarh to Delhi, and so I can relocate. Actually, it is best location like Delhi from Aligarh, so I can relocate.
Okay, so what are your personal goals for the next 5 to 7 years? Where do you see yourself?
Ma'am, I want to become a good educator who can contribute in the society and specifically to the life of various students, especially in India, who do the students don't have like some guidance and goals for their future. Say, for example, what they should do and where they should go in any particular stream or with any particular subject. So I want to be a good teacher, and I see myself as a good teacher to contributing in a student's life.
Okay, okay. When I started with this interview, you had mentioned that you have done internship, right? Research work.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
You
I
mentioned
have
that.
done. Yes,
So yeah, so that you did under your university, like wherever you are doing the research from, right?
yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So apart from that, do you have any other work experience? Like any other work experience under any other organization?
No, ma'am. Currently, after completing my PhD, I am working in a project which is a research-based project, and it is not permanent. It is freelancing job. So
Okay. Okay. So do you have any career gap in your studies?
No, ma'am.
Or is it
After
something like that?
graduation, masters, then I have completed my PhD. And during my PhD, I was working as a freelancer for like content writing, subject matter content writing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For your university only, under your university.
No, ma'am. As I said previously that I was writing content for exam-based channel. So during
Okay.
my
Good
PhD, I
channel.
was yes, yes, ma'am. But when I got, I have to go into field for my research work. So I left it that for since 2020.
Okay,
I was
okay,
fully working on my PhD. Yes, ma'am.
okay. Now, how do you take criticism? Suppose you're working at here, physics wala, as a subject matter expert, and you get criticism, maybe from your senior or maybe from any of the group member. So, how will you react to that?
I will see that if that criticism is like positive, and I will look my shortcomings. If those are really those are shortcomings from my side, then I will correct them. I will work on them. I take criticism positively because they can improve our personality, and maybe they can guide us, which we cannot see in ourselves. So that is a great opportunity for improvement.
Great. And how much confident you are regarding your subject? Since you have applied for subject matter expert, so the
Yes, yes.
name itself suggests that you have to be like expert in your subject. You should have that expertise if you want to, you know, click for this job opportunity or you want to work as this in this post. So how confident you are?
Yes, ma'am. As I have got a PhD in the subject, so this itself shows the expertise in this
PhD is
particular
a
field.
degree, and
Yes,
definitely you
yes,
have
ma'am.
worked hard for it. I know that
Yes, yes,
because
ma'am.
without working hard, you can't get a degree. I know
Yes, yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But just getting a degree doesn't mean that you have that expertise because you need to show that practically as well. Got it?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
how
ma'am.
how confident you are in that practically?
Ma'am, I have made the contents for like same, not the same level company, but I have created contents for 2 years for exam race channel, which is also popular on YouTube. Like Dr. Manishika Jain ma'am is an expert in geography, so I was providing her the contents of geography. So this tells that yes, I have that expertise. Also, I have teach in the university for 1 year because our university provide us 1 year classes. Here, the environmental studies is compulsory for every student in graduation. So this teaching is not on paper, but our university provide research scholar to teach the student.
Okay.
So I got the feedback from students also, and those are positive feedback. So I guess this may help.
Great, great. Suppose you're working here as a subject matter expert and you come across a very, very difficult question. So, how will you find the solution to it?
Definitely, I will refer for authentic books like the climatology. Famous book is Alan Strahler's book and Introduction to Climatology, and also I will look in which particular subject that question is, and I will refer to the authentic and academic books which are related to that particular subject, and also I can refer to various professors who are in my department itself, so I can get solution from them also.
Okay. What if you're rejected today? What are your backup plans?
If I get rejected today, then I will again try, ma'am, in the same kind of companies which can provide me like the teaching facilities, and which can provide me a platform to contribute to the life of the students.
Okay. One last question. Why should we hire you?
Because, ma'am, I can deliver the content which you are looking for, and I have been creating the contents for geography since 2018, and I have worked 2 years for Mindspeed Solutions, and currently I am also working to deliver the students. I am working on previous year questions conducted by UGC and JRF. If you want, you can refer to my these contents also. I can provide which kind of and which level of contents I'm preparing and delivering to the companies. and also I'm planning to deliver. I have also guided various students, and I want to provide them these contents so this can help them crack NET-JRF examinations.
Great. So now, Zahid, I'm done with all the questions. The demo part is also done. The general questions are done. The subject-wise question is done. Now I'm going to give you the feedback, what I felt about your interview. But before that, I want you to tell me how much would you rate yourself out of 10 for your
Uh,
performance now?
Ma'am, in my performance, maybe 6 or 7, I think.
Why? Why 6 or 7? Why not 8 or 9?
I think, ma'am, my voice and my confidence was below average, so I'm considering this because I think I have fumbled various time and the filler word are very so many times I'm like repeating. So yeah.
Okay. So, well, Zahid, okay. So now I'm going to start with my feedback. So, a quick disclaimer here. In no way I'm trying to demean you or demotivate you. I'm just here to guide you and assist you so that when you go for the final interview, you don't fumble and you end up cracking the interview and you give us the good news. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So, I shall start now. First of all, starting with your introduction. The introduction was very short.
Okay,
It
ma'am.
was very short. Okay. Since you have done so much in your life as per your education, like in the field of education, you could have added a bit more about you. See, whenever you are introducing yourself to an interviewer, you should show the interviewer the best part, the like, more brighter side of yours, more brighter side of, like, I am Zaid Kamal, I am from there, here and there, and I have done this, that, all the things interviewer knows from beforehand, because he has your CV in front of him and he's looking at your CV and talking to you. What he doesn't know about you, like what is not there in the resume, you should add those points. Maybe you could talk about your achievements, you could talk about your hobbies, your goals, your interests. Maybe during your school times or during your internship you have achieved something, so you could have added those things. It will make your personality brighter. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You started with your name and you started with your degree and then you ended up, I asked you that do you have any work experience? Then you added your internship thing and your YouTube thing. Mention these things before the interviewer asks you, because you are there to represent yourself, right? The interviewer has, why would he ask you, right?
Yes,
You
yes,
are
ma'am.
going to tell about yourself, the brighter side of yours. Okay, got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because see, you already have so much of potential and calibration. I can see. You can, I think, with little more guidance, you can easily crack the interview. Okay, this is just my personal opinion about you, what I have observed in this session. But these things you need to improve. Intro part you should work on. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
take a pen and paper, list down your achievements, what you have done in your life, your interest area, your hobbies. Okay, so these things you should add. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, coming to the general questions, when I asked you all the questions that are you ready to relocate, why physics wala? So here you have gone through the company nicely before coming to the interview. So this part is okay. If you want, you can, little bit study more, or else this much knowledge you can go for the interview. It's okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Now, coming to the coming to the questions, geography questions, you yourself mentioned that, ma'am, I have studied this long back, so now I don't remember it that much. With this approach, don't go to the interview. Whenever you're going for the interview, have a thorough knowledge about the subject, because you are going for the subject matter expert. This name itself is very heavy. Okay, so
Yes, yes, ma'am.
you should show the expertise you have in the particular subject.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
my request is, or my suggestion is, before going to the final interview, have a thorough study, entire thing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
See, they are not going to ask you long, long questions.
Yes, yes,
Little
ma'am.
bit, objectives, and then two-line definitions and little bit thing. You should prepare from beforehand. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I clear so far? Am I clear so far?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Any question you would want to ask? You can go ahead.
Uh, No, ma'am. Particularly, ma'am, I want to ask that this subject is so vast. So how we can manage
They
that
have given you any topic to study for the
No, no,
interview,
ma'am. No,
any
ma'am.
chapters?
No,
No.
no, ma'am.
See, if they have not mentioned, like few companies, they do mention, like Byju's and all, they do mention that before the interview, you should study this chapter from life science
Yes,
or biology. If they have not mentioned, see, it's not possible for us to study the entire thing. Whatever
yes, yes,
is
ma'am.
there in your capability, you do it. Okay, and then
Yes,
go.
yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah. So now moving ahead to the demo part. When you give the demo, try to make it two-way process. What you were doing, you were simply explaining me. You were not taking the halt. You were not asking me, are you understanding? Got my point? These gestures should be there. Since you are teaching a student, you should have
Yes,
the
yes.
consent from the student that are you understanding? Am I
Okay,
clear?
ma'am.
Okay, these
Okay,
things you
ma'am.
should add, and you should take a pause also. You were reading like a speaker, so it wasn't looking two-way process. It was a one-way process. You were giving
Okay,
the demo. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Also, try to use a whiteboard or maybe a pen or paper. A pen or paper doesn't look so good. If you have a whiteboard or anything, you are an educator, I think you must have it. So use that. Okay,
Okay,
draw
ma'am.
the diagrams and all if possible. Diagrammatically, if you explain things, no, it looks more representable. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay,
So yeah, so this is what and then yeah, then coming to the general question again towards the end, when I asked you why should we hire you, whatever you have mentioned was good, but you can also add that whatever skill set required for this particular profile, I have all the skill sets, like subject matter expert. The name itself, it's says that I should be like expertise in the subject, so I have that expertise. Being from the same background, I have done research also, and you can talk about your whatever you just spoke in front of me, you can talk about those things and relate the profile with the thing you have done in the past. Okay.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And also, when you are introducing yourself, try to add your work experience a lot of time. Like whatever you have done during the internship, now you elaborate that thing only. You have done YouTube,
Okay, ma'am.
you elaborate that thing, because nowadays YouTube and all, now it catches the attraction a lot of the
Yes, yes,
interviewer.
ma'am.
These things are very much in trend now. So if you talk about these things now, the interviewer will get impressed. It will have a good impression.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Also, when I ask you that how do you take criticism, you should say that I if the criticism is constructive, I take it in positive way. But if it
Okay,
is
ma'am.
not constructive, I don't let anyone harm my my integrity or my dignity. Because
Okay,
see,
ma'am.
if you are doing good and the person in front, out of jealousy or maybe out of whatever reason, try to demean you or put you down, will you take it? No, you will
No, no,
not.
ma'am.
You should not actually,
Yes, ma'am.
right? If
Yes,
it
yes.
is constructive, like it is for your welfare, then only you will take it.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
If it is constructive, then only remember this point, that if the criticism is constructive, then only I'll take it and I'll work upon it. And if it is not, then I'm not going to get bothered, because I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So these things you should mention.